Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciara, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another for the funsies kind of pick a card. And again, when I say that, I really want you guys to not take this particular pick a card and the answers that come up super seriously, because we are dealing with the subject and the question of, is your future spouse / partner, however you want to label it, a foreigner? And when I say a foreigner, I mean somebody who is from a different country than you, or, you know, definitely a very, very different cultural background from you. That is what I mean when I'm saying foreigner in this particular video here. So again, with that said, you know, there could be multiple different possibilities that come up. Just because something says a yes or a no doesn't necessarily mean that that isn't still a possibility for you. Again, this is just based off the energy that you are approaching with it right now, and you always have free will to change whatever outcome that you want. It's all within your power, and I just saw 111. So again, you know, regardless, this is just kind of to get a feel, just to see what comes up, kind of pick a card. So that's just like a little bit of my disclaimer. For this video, I'm going to be using the pendulum, doing yes, no on each pile. I also am going to be using the yes, no spread of tarot, which is basically major arcanas and even minor arcanas mean a yes, while uneven minor arcanas and court cards mean a no. But in this case, I am going to be looking at the tarot minus out of that as well, just because there are certain particular tarot cards that are markers for foreign travel, things like that. And again, just because, you know, a pile says yes or no, again, it could represent, I personally think that, you know, we all have multiple potential future partners, you know, spouses in our lifetime. So again, this could just represent one, or maybe even multiple. I mean, it could be any kind of number of things. So that's why I really stress to just have fun with this reading and then not take it super, super seriously or super, super literally also. With that, as well, as always, I give you guys, you know, a couple different ways of choosing your pile. I also want to mention that each pile has a special additional message oracle card for additional information for each pile as well. And so for pile 1, for the crystal, we have green aventurine. I did not say that right. We're moving on. Pile aventurine. There we go. Aventurine. Oh my God. Green aventurine. For pile 2, we have howlite. For pile 3, we have lepidolite. For pile 4, we have picture jasper. And for pile 5, we have smoky quartz. In addition, images that, again, these are personal artworks that I have created. For pile 1, we have this one. For pile 2, we have this one. So shiny. For pile 3, we have this image and this artwork. For pile 4, we have this one. And then for pile 5, we of course have the Julian piece here. So again, you know, use whatever method works for you. Use your own pendulum, use your body as a pendulum, connect to your intuition to select the pile or piles that are going to be the most resonant for you. Again, if you're attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because your personal message might be spread across more than one of these piles. Because again, these are general collective messages. So not every card, not every message may resonate for you personally. So I also want to mention, if you would like to help support the channel in any way, there's going to be various links down below to my Patreon, other social media, as well as info about how to contact me for a personal reading and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these messages. All right, for those of you who choose pile 1 with the green adventuring and this particular image, we're going to go ahead and delve into the question of, is your future spouse / partner, however you want to label it, a foreigner? So we're actually going to go ahead and start off with the pendulum here and see what it has to say first and foremost. So for those who choose pile 1, is their future spouse, partner, a foreigner? So I would say that the pendulum is definitely leaning towards a yes, that for some of you who picked this particular pile, or all of you, that you potentially do have a future spouse / partner who is going to be a foreigner, or again, very culturally different from you. So let's go ahead and also now look at the tarot cards and see what they have to say. So starting off, we have the Strength card. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the 10 of Cups. So it's definitely, with the tarot here, it is leaning more towards a yes. But the important aspects to keep in mind is definitely being very honest. I feel like you cannot, if you do want that particular relationship with, again, this particular potential of a future spouse who is a foreigner, you cannot be wallowing in the past, and you cannot be kind of crying over spilt milk. You have to realize there's always more opportunities coming, and you have to strike out and find your own prosperity and success. I definitely feel like potentially, again, this future spouse could be a Leo, or again, they have very strong water placements in their natal chart with so much of this cup energy coming out. And then, of course, we have the major arcana of strength. You have to be confident for sure. And again, you can't be kind of resting on your laurels, because there's always a new opportunity. You have to be able and always reaching out for that new opportunity. I definitely feel like maybe potentially for some of you, this is, you're thinking about, or again, you are part of like, wanting like a same-sex marriage for some of you, which again is could be a potential challenge, mattering on, what culturally place the other person's coming from or where you're coming from. Again, that could be something that could be a challenge within the relationship, especially early on. But I definitely see that there's a strong potential here, regardless of, again, what kind of marriage or partner situation that you have. It is going to be very fruitful, and it is going to be like creating your own happy family is what I get for sure here. Definitely a lot of opportunity there. So let's also go ahead and see what else we have. So for this oracle card, we have his reconsider. Interesting. Let's go ahead and dive into this particular message a little bit. So with it, it's saying there's an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. So I feel like this is definitely very representative of the current situation for you guys who picked this pile. And it has a lot to do with kind of the energy of the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups here. Because again, it's like kind of reconsidering, what you're currently doing and realizing there's some other opportunity here or potential. And again, I feel like that potential that will lead you to this person who is potentially a foreigner. So lastly, we're going to go ahead and look at your additional message here, and what we have is soulmate. So again, a lot of you could be, also you're going through major transformations because we have this butterfly imagery coming out. But again, you're concerned with, and this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a soulmate. So that might also be part of this reconsider, because maybe the first person that you are kind of getting involved with and you think is maybe the one, maybe isn't. Maybe there is another opportunity here that you don't realize. Potentially, maybe somebody isn't being completely honest, or maybe you're not being completely honest with yourself about what it is you really need. So with this card saying, being wholly and fully yourself is the only way to attract a true soulmate relationship. So again, that's part of what the strength energy is about. It's about being courageous and being really authentic to who you truly are. That's why the Seven of Swords is coming up as well, because it's like, hiding, shielding your identity, trying to sneak around. And it's like, you have to, if you want this soulmate connection, you have to be true to who you are and fully whole. So A soulmate relationship will contain everything you want and everything you need. You'll experience a beautiful sense of connectedness and mutuality with this person and may even feel like you have known them before. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? So how do you attract this kind of relationship, or how can you be sure that your current partner is your soulmate? The most direct and effective way to attract your soulmate is to just be yourself. Yes, really. When you let go of any pretenses, behaviors, and attitudes that aren't your truth, your personal vibration automatically shifts and you become a beacon to the kind of mate you long to spend your life with. The same is true of an existing relationship. If you're harboring doubts about the relationship and aren't sure if your partner is your soulmate, then just be yourself. Start by considering where you have not been fully authentic up until now, and make some gentle, gradual adjustments and improvements. Communicate your realizations as best you can and give your partner credit for trying to understand. Make your changes at a pace that allows you both a reasonable amount of time to embrace your new way of being. Over time, you will discover whether you are right for each other or not. The suggested approach is to just be yourself. Can sound too simple to the ego or a monkey mind, so beware of its tendency to complicate your thinking. By being wholly, fully, and unashamedly yourself is the only way to attract and maintain a true soulmate relationship. If it takes a little longer to attract your true soulmate, then rest assured, this is time well spent. And if your current relationship ends as a result of your truth, then you have created an opportunity in your life for the relationship you have always desired. Both situations require commitment, courage, and a willingness to be honest with yourself. So that is the big message that came out for you guys. Your additional message here. Clearly, you're really thinking about this, and I feel like a lot of you are dealing with right now is being in a relationship that isn't fully giving you what you need and really allowing yourself to be your authentic self in all aspects. So again, that's part of why I feel like this reconsider is coming up, because if this is the question you're asking, if you really want that, you have to reconsider what it is you're doing right now. So that is everything I'm seeing for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do drop a like down below, comment down below what you thought about this. If you'd like to help support the channel anyway, I would be forever eternally grateful if you go ahead and check out my Patreon and other social medias. And of course, there is info about how to contact me for personal reading information. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you for those of you who picked pile 2 with the Howlite Stone and this particular fairy image here that I created. I love the glitter that I put on it, or the metallic. But we're going to go ahead and start off your reading. And again, asking the question of, is your future spouse / partner a foreigner, by using the pendulum first and foremost. So let's see what we got going on here. So for pile 2, is their future spouse / partner a foreigner? So, from what I got from the pendulum here, the answer is a no. For the mass majority of you, your future spouse is not a foreigner. Although I get the sense that might be just one of you who happened to pick this pile. And maybe the reason you picked this pile is because of the additional messages that we have, not so much the question about the foreigner, where it's like you actually do have a potential of maybe getting together with a foreigner, but it's like, for the mass majority who picked this pile, it's a no from the pendulum. But let's go ahead and double check that with the tarot itself, and let's see what we have. So we have the Magician. So we also have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Knave of Cups. We have the Knave of Wands, which is an interesting card to come up, because the Knave of Wands, the wands in general can oftentimes represent foreign travel or foreign people. So, but let's see what else we have. We have the King of Pentacles. So, wow. It's like, I haven't looked at any of the tarot cards. And it's amazing how the pendulum just picks up exactly what the energy here is. It's very, very strongly a no right here. for you guys that, yeah, no, your potential future spouse, partner, is not a foreigner. But with that said, I do feel like you guys have a potential of doing maybe a lot of foreign travel. I feel like you guys are very romantic in your thinking, which is why you're even asking this question, because you think it's a very romantic like idea to maybe get involved with, you know, a foreigner or something, you know, traveling and having like a windswept foreign romance or something, which could be a potential for you guys, but I don't see it being obviously turning into a future spouse or a partner, a long-term partner here. Again, we do have the energy of the Magician here, so it's like everything is at your fingertips. That is the case, though. It's like if you really want to change this to a yes, you do have that potential, you do have that energy, but right now I feel like there's still a need to kind of learn, to grow, to really cultivate your own. It may also be coming up as a no, because just that question of like a future spouse partner thing is really not on the cards for you right now, because it's you focusing on your own personal growth and your own journey, because you're still very early on. It doesn't, regardless of what your actual age is, you're still very early on in this journey, because we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is, you know, all about independence. You have like great wealth around you. You're very successful, again, on your own. And again, it's because you have all the ability, you have all the tools at your fingertips, and you could be a master manifester for sure. I also feel like with the King of Pentacles here, you know, he's very good at business, so you guys could be doing a lot in business. Or again, I feel like maybe you actually will meet your future spouse or partner through your business, or again, your career or your work in some aspect, schooling even, maybe for some of you, but also, you know, the Knave of Wands and the Knave of Cups is all very, very youthful energy. Very excitable energy, and, you know, not quite matured yet in their energy, but it's exciting. It's a reigniting of passions, travel, excitement, you know, wearing your heart on your sleeve, again, being very romantic, having a crush on somebody for sure. You might even right now have like crushes on like foreign actors or singers or something, and it's like that's part of why you're kind of asking this question. But in reality, I feel like your partner is going to be somebody who is, you're going to meet through some sort of career aspect, or again, they're a very strong career person. They're very grounded, they're very earthy in their energy, and they're going to provide a lot of stability for you, especially in helping to motivate you and sort of, I feel like, help to channel, again, this energy, which is, again, youthful, very fresh, very exciting, but oftentimes kind of lacks that direction always, because it kind of switches around a lot. And it's going to help to kind of direct that energy towards what it is you want to manifest here in your sort of tress of gold here, pearls or whatnot. Because again, you have a lot of power. So let's also look at the other one we have. We have the message of look for a sign. So with this particular card here, let's see. Get some more info. So your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents from their childhood, or they connect with a specific family member. You know, signs require focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidences at this time. They are messages especially designed for you. So I find it interesting that, you know, they have a very special and specific answer to your question. So I do feel like depending on each one of you who picked this pile, you have your own kind of slight variation to this answer. And again, you have to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities coming up around you, because there's a lot of different ones being present. And so again, don't take anything as coincidence. Everything is synchronistic and is coming up for a reason to help you on this particular journey that you're going on. So lastly, for your additional message here, we have something interesting, especially with that look for a sign. We have conchomancy, which is seashell divination, wisdom of the shell. So this is another form of divination that you can, obviously is coming up for a lot of you for a particular reason. This is a part of paying attention to those signs and synchronicities, and maybe even, you know, trying conchomancy. I actually put shells in my charm casting and kind of use them in this way as well. So it is something that I'm a little bit familiar with. So with the message here is, just as crystals hold energies and messages for us, so too do these beautiful living homes and structures of the sea creatures. Each creature resonates with a particular energy, and by connecting with their shell, holding it, feeling its qualities, and understanding its connections, we can begin to heal a part of ourselves. And while we are all perfect and unique expressions of the god and goddess of nature herself, we are also beautiful works in progress. Messages and healings from the natural world are empowering and freely available to all of us. Take a walk by the shoreline and do a cleanup of any plastic or human debris you find. And once this offering is made, take another walk, this time with the intent to receive a message from the Sea Mother and the mermaids via a shell. Hold it and see what it has to say to you. And you may wish to return it to the shore with thanks for its energy, blessings, and messages instead of claiming it. You do not need to possess everything. So there you guys go. Like, literally, that can be a practice that if you live by, the ocean or the sea, you can do that practice where you go walk along the shoreline, you clean up a little bit, and then you ask for a sign, because again, that makes a lot of sense, because in order to receive something, you have to give something. So again, by cleaning up, the shoreline, that is you giving back to it, and then they will receive and give you a message in return as thanks for what you did. And it goes back and forth like that. So without further ado, that is everything that I'm seeing in this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And of course, if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, there's going to be various links to my social media, my Patreon, and of course, information about how to contact me for personal readings. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 3 here with the lepidolite stone, as well as this particular image, we're going to go ahead and jump into your messages here. We're going to actually start off with the pendulum and see what it has to say to this question of, is your future spouse a foreigner? Let's go ahead and find out. So for pile 3, is their future spouse / partner a foreigner? Very interesting. So I feel like for this particular group, obviously we got a pretty strong yes, that for a lot of you, your potential future spouse is a foreigner. But I also feel like because of the way the pendulum was swinging over no, there is a bit of energy there. So there could be maybe a couple of you who the answer is no. But again, I feel like for the mass majority, it's more positively aspected with a yes than a no. Just because, again, looking at how the pendulum was swinging, when it was swinging over no, it was going kind of back and forth, which I take more as a no. While with the yes, it was more of, a circle, which I take more as yes. But again, the fact that it moves so much over no, even though it was going back and forth, tells me there's some energy there, which means there are a couple of you who picked this pile I think is a no. Or again, it's kind of like the potential is still in flux or something, where it's like, depending on the choices that you make, it could be a yes, it could be a no. It just depends. But let's go ahead and double check this against the tarot. Again, we have some additional messages as well for you guys, but let's see what's going on for the tarot. So we have the King of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. So the aces, it's 1, which would technically be uneven, but, the aces are kind of a weird energy because I take aces as being so positive. So it's kind of, again, it kind of represents that for me personally, how I like to read this, like kind of that energy in flux. Let's see what else we have. We also have the 10 of Wands. Very interesting. And then we have 2 aces. We have 2 tens and we have 2 aces. We have like 11 energy here. This is very weird. The energy here. Honestly, luckily I still have the deck sitting right here. I'm going to pull more cards to try to get a more firm yes or no. I mean, technically, with the aces being ones, it would be a no right now. But again, because of how I feel about the aces being, very positive, very, beginning energy, it's kind of, I take these as more neutral. But again, it's so weird because we have 2 10s. I don't know. The energy of this particular pile is very weird because it's very much, again, I keep getting that influx. The potential is still yet to be decided in a lot of ways. So let's see if we can get just a little more clarity. We got the Chariot. All right, let's do 2 more cards. And there we go. What the fuck? And then oh, wow. So that is fucking wild. Because we got 3 10s that came up. We have a lot of 1 energy here. And then we got the Chariot, and the High Priestess also wanted to come out. So what I'm going to say here, I'm not going, I know that it annoys some people when I do this, but I'm sorry, it's just how the energy is coming out. I'm not going to say whether or not this is a yes or a no, because I feel like there's still too much potential or too much unknown in the energy of it. Because again, we have 3 10s that now came out, and then you have 2 aces that came out. So it's like, a lot of ending of cycles need to kind of occur before you can even get to that stage, I feel like. We also have the King of Swords over there, so it's like, this is very intellectual as well. It's a lot to do with your mind and your thinking, and again, how much action and balance that you're putting into things with the Chariot and the High Priestess coming out. The High Priestess is all about the unseen. So it's like, there's a lot of mystery around the answer here. And again, there's a lot of possibility here. I mean, there is definitely, the Ace of Cups is an offer of love in a lot of cases. And then you have the Ace of Wands, which is highly, powerful, creative, sexual energy as well. And it's the energy of the just do it, which is kind of like the Chariot here. Just keep moving forward and keep getting your victory. With something like the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Wands has a lot to do with a lot of responsibility, taking a lot of responsibility for other people and needing to release that responsibility. And the 10 of Swords is, accepting and ending as it is and not, stop fighting against a losing battle. But the 10 of Pentacles has a lot to do with family, inheritances. So again, family could be playing a role in how this sort of progress. I don't know. I definitely feel like for this particular pile, you're going to have a lot of connections to foreign people, foreign things, for sure. But again, kind of whether or not you will have a spouse that is a foreigner or not is really still kind of up in the air. It depends on how you use your magic and how you listen to the signs and synchronicities around you. So let's see what else we have. So we have the message of be assertive. So it's like, yeah, you got to kind of take charge and hold on to the reins here and drive your chariot forward for your own purposes. I feel like some of you who pick this pile, you can't be so worried about, the future spouse or partner kind of situation. It's like, it will come to you when it is the right time. That might also be a big part of why kind of the energy is so confusing here, is because this has a lot to do with divine timing, and the timing just isn't right at the moment. So be assertive. This situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. So again, that's a part of why, it's all in your hands. So it's like, if you want that possibility, then all you have to do is take charge and take control of the situation. Ask for what you need without watering down your request in order to satisfy others. Remember that seeing your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. Tailor your actions so that you earn the respect from others you deserve, and then move forward. Again, so I feel like for some of you, it could be more of a no, while others of you, it's a yes. But really, it's so kind of in flux that it just depends on how you handle the situation with this Be Assertive card. So for your final message here, we have the Witness. Interesting. This is card 64. So let's go ahead and see what the witness is talking about for you guys. So with this, the witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then, through our presence, they receive their own answers. Interesting. So the invitation here is the witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. So the medicine here is acknowledge your preconceptions, ideas, and feelings about the situation you're in, but resist the urge to change any of it. Do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Instead, take a few breaths and connect with the joy of not having to perform. Hold space for the world to keep spinning on its own. So again, there is an aspect of just kind of like, you know, obviously being assertive and taking control. I feel like that's part of just you taking control of your own personal destiny, but then also just letting everything else outside of just taking care of you just unfold as it will. So it's, again, when it comes to the connections of the people who step in, just allow it to happen. Just by being, you know, kind of similar to the message of pile 1, you know, being fully and wholly yourself and just, you know, being assertive in what it is you want and what you need for your own personal growth. And then watch everything else kind of unfold around you in creation. So that is what I'm seeing for this interesting pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos. And of course, if you'd like to help to support this channel and its continued growth in any way, there's going to be links to my Patreon and other social media down below, as well as how to contact me as far as personal readings go. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next one. For those of you who picked group 4 with the picture Jasper here, as well as this particular artwork, we're going to go ahead and start off your reading by using the pendulum and seeing what it has to say in regards to this question. So for those who picked pile 4, is their future spouse / partner a foreigner? So I would say that the pendulum is clearly saying no, that no, your future spouse partner is not a foreigner, but let's go ahead and double check that with, of course, the tarot, and let's see what we have. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So fate is definitely playing a large part here. We have the King of Cups. We have the Chariot. We have Judgment. And we have the Hangman. So actually, funny enough, so this is really interesting. It's always interesting when we get disagreements between the things. So the pendulum was saying no, but the tarot here is saying yes. So I definitely feel like there is a strong split between those who pick this pile, where some of you, it is more of a no, or maybe it's not in the way that you expect. Others of you, it clearly is yes, that there is a foreigner involved. They could be somebody who is very balanced in the arts and science, potentially. They could even maybe be a doctor. There's definitely a lot here, though, with fate playing a very large part in this. It's like, I feel like for you guys, the reason why we're getting a split answer is because it's like a once in a blue moon chance, where it's like fate will drop this opportunity before you, and you either have to take action to do it or not. You might miss the call if you're not paying attention and you're not driving forward with a lot of attention here. You need to make sure that you are balancing out your masculine and feminine aspects for sure. And with the Hangman there, it's like, I feel like a need for shifting your perspective. If you want this this potential, you have to be willing to shift your perspective and be able to handle you know, very different viewpoints is what I'm getting here as well. Let's see what else we have. We have forgiveness, so that might be a big part of this. So let's see with this forgiveness card. So with forgiveness, it's saying forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you can be free. This card can also refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It's time to let go of any guilt you're holding on to regarding past mistakes you may have made. Give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then and have made you a better person. So that could be a big part of this, is like you need to go through this healing work in order to, that could be part of why the no came up, because it's a no in regards to maybe the current time period of when this might happen. Because maybe there's forgiveness, self-forgiveness work that you need to do in order to, again, balance out your emotions and, again, shifting in that perspective. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. So we have tsunami with wake up call here. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and dive into this card. So with this card, so with wake up call, one of the scariest and most destructive and natural phenomena, along with volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes, a tsunami occurs when a large volume of water is suddenly and rapidly displaced. It's triggered by an undersea disturbance, typically an earthquake or volcanic eruption, that causes a series of powerful waves to travel across the ocean at speeds up to 500 miles per hour. Yet on the open ocean, the weight of these waves seems so small that they generally pass unnoticed. As these waves, collectively called a tsunami, get closer to the shoreline, their height increases enormously, even as their speed slows to 50 miles per hour. The distance between the waves or the trough can be considerable, taking 20 to 30 minutes from wave to wave. If the trough hits the land first, the water recedes rapidly and dramatically, followed within minutes by an enormous wave that initially comes as a surge. This receding is a clear sign of an impending tsunami. We can't outrun the wave that follows, but we can avoid being swept up in the destruction by moving to higher ground. So you're getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life, typically one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring. Yet you also know that it's time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there's no need to amplify it more than it already is. Often, when you look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadowed it happening. There may have been obvious clues that you ignored or omens that were so subtle that they were easy to dismiss as imaginings of the mind rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up on the clues and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches the land. To negotiate this wake-up call, listen closely to your instincts, while at the same time seeking the higher ground of spiritual truth. So very, very interesting. Clearly, there's a lot going on here where you guys have to go through this massive wake-up call and, maybe self-forgiveness, maybe forgiving somebody else in order to move forward. Because maybe you're kind of stuck in this hangman situation. And again, the Wheel of Fortune here, where you maybe suffered a loss, but again, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning and it will go back around. Maybe that is what you have to experience in order to get a very clear answer to, is your future spouse a foreigner? Again, I feel like the potential is there, but it's a matter of, again, waking up to when those potentials and those signs and those synchronicities happen. And you need to be in a place where you have done this self-forgiveness, you've forgiven others, because it's clear, I feel like you guys have maybe experienced a lot of bitter things in the past. So yeah, that is what I'm getting for this particular pile. Very interesting. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it, and make sure to check out all the various links down below if you would like to help and support this channel and its continued growth, like links like my Patreon, other social media, and of course, how to contact me in regards of booking a private reading. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the last pile here for this video, pile 5 with the smoky quartz here. as well as this spicy boy here, Julian. Let's go ahead and start off your reading here by asking the pendulum, for those who picked pile 5, is their future spouse a foreigner? So I would say that the pendulum is saying yes. For a lot of you who picked this pile, your future spouse is potentially a foreigner. But let's go ahead and see about what the tarot has to say in regards to this. And so we have the Two of Wands. We also have the Ace of Cups, which, as I always say, the Ace is, it is 1, which is an uneven number. But the Ace of Cups, its energy alone is very positive in my opinion. So it's kind of like a weird energy when it comes to this spread for me. It's kind of matters on how you use it, how you interpret it. We also have the Strength card here. We have the Devil. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Three of Wands, and we have the Page of Swords. So I would definitely say that it's stronger on the side of a yes, that yes, your future spouse or partner is indeed a foreigner. What I see that you have to pay attention to is obviously somebody is going to want to offer their cup to you. You have to be aware, though, of definitely watching out for people who gossip or, the information that is told to you. You need to make sure that you are believing in your own capabilities, your own ideas. It even almost looks like the same character here. Don't be swayed. Again, follow your own path and your own truth. Definitely, be very graceful, be very giving, because with the Six of Cups there, I definitely feel like there is a connection. This could be a past life connection for some of you. Or again, it's a connection that stems back from your childhood. You need to make sure that you're still always taking action. Again, you're not being taken advantage of. There's a lot of possibilities here, and you need to make a decision about it, because also the Devil represents decisions as well as the Two of Wands. There's a lot of creative ideas I feel like you have, and you need to take hold of those. And again, you might need to kind of travel back to maybe your childhood, or again, maybe a past life. Maybe some of you feel drawn to a particular country or a particular culture really strongly because there is not only a past life connection that you had to that place, but that's also maybe where your future spouse is actually located, is what I'm getting here as well. So let's see what else we have. We have you are ready. So you are ready to seek out this connection right now. Whenever it is that you're viewing this particular reading, obviously, the time is now. You are ready for this. So all your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously waiting the contributions that following your true purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in this situation. It's time to do what is right for you. So yeah, it's like I feel like you guys have to set out and follow your path, what it is that you are truly called to do, because that's what's going to lead you to, again, this potential partner here. So let's also see what else you have. So you guys got 2 additional cards, and I find it interesting because we have Eternal Youth with energy, newness, and vitality. And then we have the Maenad with madness, ecstatic ritual, and energy release. And that's so crazy that we have this card coming up, which is one of my favorite cards from this deck, because we also have the Devil. And the Devil energy is so in tune with what this Maenad energy is. So to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's happening here, let's see. So with these particular cards, there are a blessing side as well as a curse side. I like to read both because I feel like they both can apply to different people. So I'll start by reading the curse side of the Eternal Youth, which is saying tired, feeling old and worn, feeling devalued by a society which reveres youthful appearances, wondering where your youth has gone, regrets about your younger years, depleted energy. So yeah, that might be part of why the Six of Cups is coming up, because you're kind of reminiscing about these things, and it's like you still got it. there's still this exciting, ecstatic energy within you that you can take hold. It's never too late to change your path or start following your destiny. So the blessing side here is you are about to be rejuvenated and filled with energy and potential. You will look and feel very well, and your health will be vital. You'll be very attractive, and people will be drawn to you and your youthful free spirit and optimism. I feel like you guys have a very strong energy that's going to definitely draw somebody in. So working with this card is explore the blessings of the body and mind. It's time to discover what your body can do and to instigate a transformation. It is time to give in to what you love and to make it a large part of your life. It's time to eat well, drink deeply of water, and connect with new people. It's time to love being alive, for that drinking deep from the cup of life is the true fountain of youth. And you have the Ace of Cups here. That's pretty wild. And again, we have the Devil energy. I feel like this is like really representing both of these cards here, because it's like the Devil represents the material, it represents the body, it represents, obviously on the negative side, indulgence, addiction, and things like that. But on the positive side, it is a love for everything that you do, your passions, your creativity, your sexuality. It's very much like this Maid energy. So again, diving into her energy, she's card 19. And she is telling you guys, on the curse side of things, a fear that divine madness will be permanent, that there is a short distance between the bliss of the Maid and insanity, keeping yourself on such a tight leash that your repressions rule you and therefore are expressed in unhealthy ways. That is also the Devil energy. But on the positive side, on the blessing side here, it is safe for you to give away to feelings of intense bliss and happiness, even excitement. Feeling deeply and allowing yourself to be swept up in the rapture is a beautiful thing for you to experience at this time. It's safe to let this happen under the current circumstances. Again, you're ready to experience this and let yourself free. You have the strength to withstand it and not fall into madness or addiction. But you have to make the conscious choice to do it. Again, follow that path that you were really passionate about, maybe in your youth, that you didn't follow. So again, working with the Maid, dancing, going out and indulging in ritual that gives you a safe escape valve for your wild urges needs to be created now, or else you may find the virtues you have worked so hard to establish eroding. And if you do things in a sacred way, there will be a kind of beauty in the madness. No more control. Find a safe place. Find the safe people. And go wild just for a little while within the temple you create. Do this and transcendence will follow. That loss of self leads to the uniting with the Great Spirit, the great soul of this world and beyond. And when you go to this place and drink of the holy grail of life, which again is the Ace of Cups, you'll return replenished, whole, and fully returned. This will bring great strength. Holy shit. This is just a complete reading just for what you guys need to know right now and what you need to do, because it's, again, if you do all of this and you give into this and you embrace it and you celebrate it and you make it sacred, it's going to make you not only, extremely attractive, and it's going to bring out your youthful energy. It's going to definitely set you out to meeting the person that is your partner, who is going to match your energy in that way. I definitely feel. Also, with the Page of Swords and the Three of Wands, some of you could be in the early stages of wanting to write something. Maybe there's a message you want to communicate, a story you want to tell. Maybe it's a memoir. Maybe, again, it's a fantasy book, or it's, anything. Because the Three of Wands is traditionally a writer's card, so that's why I'm bringing that up. There's some sort of creative project here that you've been ignoring, and it's a brand opportunity I feel that will lead you to all of this. And again, it's going to bring up things from your past that you need to work through and make some decisions about, maybe some chains that you're still holding on to that you need to break and release. And you have the strength to do it, and it's all part of this message of you are ready, and you will usher in this person who is meant to be your other half, is what I'm getting. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like down below, a comment, subscribe if you want more videos like this. And of course, if you'd like to help support this channel and its continued growth, I would be forever eternally grateful for that. Definitely do check out my Patreon, my other social media links, and of course, there's information about how to contact me for a personal reading. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.